Hey guys, this is Chad back in Mirror's Edge doing the Chapter 2 Speedrun Achievement Guide. This is an extremely difficult chapter to do, and it's going to take you most likely many tries. This took me around 3.5 hours, so do not get discouraged if you can't get this right away. Because it's such a long level, you have to get through the level in under 11 minutes. There's a lot of opportunities to mess up, which is what makes it so difficult. Alright, I had a little screw up there, but obviously you can tell. As long as I'm going to tell you right now that you can have a bunch of little mess ups, and you can probably have one major mess up, which I actually have in this video, because this took me 3.5 hours, so it's not the cleanest run, but I did get it. So I'm going to show you that you can have one big mess up and a bunch of little mess ups and still make it in time. If you were to have two major mess ups, then I would say that you'd probably want to just restart. Make sure to run full speed there, you're going to get shot, but don't worry about it. Make sure to hit that pipe in the front, because if you're not exactly in the front, then it's not going to let you do the animation. Climbing up the poles obviously takes a little bit of time, but don't worry. This achievement does take a lot of patience and a lot of practice, so don't be afraid if you can't do it right away. I'm going to show you a couple big shortcuts which will really help. Upcoming will be the biggest shortcut that I can show you in this video. Once you climb on top of those, jump down, and don't go forward, which would be the normal way. Turn back around, and once this thing starts sliding to the left, make sure you keep moving so you're not getting shot, and because you don't want to slide off the thing. What this does is it's going to drop you straight to the bottom level as long as you're near that corner, and you won't die from the drop because you're on that platform. That saves you a lot of time, and I recommend to do it, or else you're going to be really pushing yourself to the limit. Once you do that, keep going. Head up through the thing. Once you get here, turn back around to the middle, do the left bumper, right bumper, left bumper trick, hop on top of the ladder, hop back across, jump across, press the button, and after you press the button, you're going to have a 15-second wait before the doors start rising. Don't worry about it, it's not going slow, it's just the way the game story goes. If you can, try and time it when it goes up to get the perfect time to slide under, like right here. It's going to want you to go up that right ladder on the right, go right past it. And once you get to the third pillar, try and hit that wall as early as possible so you get high enough in order to get that wall run up. Now, I recommend that you don't try and press too much here. There's a lot of messing up that you can do, and that actually happens to me right here, but luckily I did grab on. Because if you're trying to press too much, then you're really going to more likely screw up. So don't press too much. You do want to go fast, but don't get too nervous. And I know your hands are going to be sweaty after a lot of attempts like this, and you're going to be nervous, especially getting at a certain point and having a good time. And you don't want to get that to go to waste by messing up on something easy that you've hit many times. Right here, make sure you run as fast as you can past those guards, because those guards will shoot you, and if you're not moving fast enough, then they will actually shoot you down. Right here I get shot, which messes up the jump, so they can do that to you. After you get up there, go to the right side so they can't shoot you. The left side, they will shoot you down. The right side, you're clear, because the walls are blocking the thing for you. Over here, make sure you don't jump too early like I did right there, but luckily I was able to save myself. That's a zip line, that's cool. Head down the zip line, and immediately head back across the thing, press the button as soon as you get across, and I'm going to show you that you can have a bunch of little mess ups like right here, obviously, but don't get discouraged if you have a few mess ups, because you have plenty of time as long as you just keep going forward, you know? Slide down the thing, head towards the right, because the right wall has the button, so you can wall run straight into the button here, press the button, wall run again, you gotta wait for the thing to come up. Now I'm going to show you right here my big mess up, which really hurt my time, but I can also show you that, see, it's right here, you're climbing up the pole, and I had a really bad big mess up, because it is climbing up these poles, which takes a ton of time to climb up these poles. For some reason, I don't know why, but my character Faith, she just, for some reason, didn't jump there. She just dropped instead, and that was happening to me more and more often as the night went on. I'm not sure why it was happening. But anyways, I can show you that, there you go. I had the big mess up, still have these, go up these poles again, which take a very long time. Hit it the second time, and obviously I wouldn't be doing this video if I didn't make it in time. So you can have that big mess up as long as you keep the big mess ups to one. Because if you have two, then you're really going to screw yourself over and probably cut it too close and you're not going to make it. And it'd be really frustrating to miss it by just a few seconds. Once you turn the waterfall off, jump, hit the bar. I like to hit those at the top of the arc because it seemed to be the best path for me. There's a bunch of different paths that go that way, but that seemed to be the easiest and quickest way for me. I like to always try and wall run up onto the pipes if I can, because you have to save yourself maybe a few more seconds instead of having to climb the entire pipe. Make sure to hit that button on the left as soon as you get to the top of the ladder, because that can be easily missable if you're not paying attention or trying to move too fast. When this pillar gets lifted here, do not jump until it turns red, because if you jump before it turns red, you're most likely going to get hurt and or die, which will really screw you up. Don't try and, when this reaches to the top, don't try and jump too early on that either, or else you're going to have to climb up instead of being just jump and run. Do not run past all the guards. Do not worry about any of the guards. When you get over here, when you're about to jump, make sure to hit the left trigger when you're in the air. That way you actually make it over that part instead of actually hitting the barbed wire, and that would really screw you up. And I would say you probably have to restart if you did mess that up. But it's not that difficult of a jump. If you can't hit it, then I would say just keep practicing it, and you should be okay. When you get to this part, you're going to be chasing the guy. There's a lot of different paths that people do for when you get to this part. I normally just chase after the guy and using his path. And of course I do mess it up. A little mess ups here. Like right here I jumped a little too early because I was starting to press because I knew I had a good time. And you don't want to do that. Slide underneath, climb up the thing. I like to follow the guy, because if you do get too far behind the guy, then it actually says you lost him and you would have to get knocked back to like the last checkpoint or whatever. So you don't want to do that. That's why I like to keep them in my eyesight. Head down the zip line. A lot of people like to wall run on the yellow part. I was too nervous. I didn't want to try and mess that up and waste more seconds, so I just decided to hop over the fence. Make sure you try and hit those without having to climb up any of them, because that can save a lot of time. Keep heading forward. These don't need any kind of rolls for that because they're not high enough jumps. Head into the door on the left. Once you get in here, make sure you do not look at, just head straight to the last elevator. Like, don't look at the first elevator at all. You could mess up some seconds. Just keep running full speed to that last elevator. Once you get here, as long as you have 10 minutes left, you should be okay. As soon as the cutscene ends, head straight to the left onto the poles. You should be okay. Now, these poles do take a little bit of time, but you want to head towards the top, because after the second jump here, you want to head a little bit higher up. It's a little bit farther jump, so if you're not high enough, then you're actually going to not make it. Once you get here, jump across the bridge. I actually mess up the roll there, so that hurt me a little bit. Keep heading to the left, wall run up, heading across, jump. You can actually go on the left there, but I like to just keep on forward and then running up the little pillars here, and I make it with 11 seconds left. Now here I let the cutscene run a little bit because I had actually walked away from the TV because I was so excited I finally got the achievement after 3.5 hours. So I was very excited. And I would say just keep trying if you're having difficulties with it, because you will eventually get it and it'll feel good when you do get it. So there you go. Chapter 2 speedrun for 10 gamer score. Thank you for watching.